Right, good evening, everyone. Right, okay, Demon says there. Right, guys. After 1.5 months time, almost, we are back. Now, this is with the request of you. We decided to have a session to summarize or give some idea about uh, VIVA was presentation. How you need to prepare the presentation, what kind of content you need to include, and at the time of doing the presentation, what they expect from you, right? Therefore, we will run through a brief summary. What are the things you need to do? Actually, in this presentation, I will take share one few thoughts. This entire presentation will limited to 15 minutes presentation. Out of that, you have to present 10 minutes and 5 minutes discussion time with the panel. Panel will raise some question, you have to answer. Actually, very important thing about this YOS presentation is to you have to demonstrate very confidently, right? That means how confident you are demonstrating your idea. Number two, technicality, application of the technical concepts, and how you confident to address those concerns raised by the panel of judges. Therefore, those are the some important points you need to look at in addition to preparation of the presentation. Therefore, I am planning to show some example. I will start from the presentation which I have made to uh, presentation panel at the time of and I am doing my uh, final Viva was presentation. Then you can get an idea how you need to write the context, right? Uh, since without taking much time, I will show you the presentation which I have done, because then you can clearly mention how you are going to present your content, right? In the first page itself, the content what need to be included: your name, agreement number, registration number. Thereafter, you have to refer where you have taken this issue, because this is the issue referring to the issue you have identified during the training period, right? Or sometime uh, if you have submitted any record book, you have to mention where it has been there, where it has been mentioned. Therefore, you have to mention what is the issue here. That means impairment of investment in subsidy. That is the topic you are going to discuss, and you are referring to a strategic level agreement, or wherever it appeared, or wherever you have found it. You have to mention where you have found it, right? Then remember this particular first page. This is called first page or introductory page. It won't be counted. Therefore, total number of slides to be content slides to be 7 slides. ඒ කියන්නේ slides 7ක් තියෙන්න පුළුවන්. Excluding front slide. That means introduction slide එක ඇරෙන්න තව 7ක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ඒ කියන්නේ almost 8 slides to be there. Should be there. Then how I have presented this one. Now, first I have given introduction and overview. What the company, how they are operating, what is the background. Here said that this is a diversified group of companies, and how they have accounted the investment in subsidy at cost of the investment, and I am explaining the context, right? Background. You have to elaborate. Remember, one of the comment made by the panelist was my content is little bit bulky. Bulky mean I need not to fill entire slides with words, right? You can put summarize point and you have to explain it. Don't go and read the content in the slides. Slide එකේ තියෙන content කියන්න එපා, right? You have to explain and summarize form. Even this is a little bit high, but you have to mention explain in the discussion and at the time of doing the presentation. Don't read the content there in the slide itself. slide එකේ තියෙන එකම read කරන්න එපා. Then I have to do the introduction and overview I have mentioned. Thereafter I have to mention the issue. මොකක්ද තිබ්බ issue එක? I have to give the clearly specify the issue, and remember this is a good slide. They have said this is a good slide, no bulky content, and it is clearly visible and it is very attractive, and you have presented very nicely. Therefore, you have to present them very precise manner, and writing too many content in the slide deck won't add any value. Remember, when you are doing a presentation, it should be very attractive. At the first sight, entire idea should be going to the brain, right? Then I have put the literature. Now I need to refer. I have an issue. Then I have refer where you are going to refer to the accounting standard or auditing standard. You have to mention what is the reference, where you have referred, based on which standard you have resolve this issue. It might be accounting standard, auditing standard, or sometimes if it is a tax related matter, you have to refer to the IRD Act or relevant circular or regulation, right? Then I have done the literature. Then how client has justified their opinion. Sometimes client has the separate view, but you are going to challenge their view, or uh, you are going to change the accounting treatment, right? Now they have given a 5-year detailed plan, and the assumptions were very optimistic. And based on the assumption, it is very difficult to justify, right? That was the issue. Client view. Also, we have to see what is the story behind the valuation or calculation or any observation you have made. Then our consider as auditor, what is our consideration? I am going to verify the assumption, whether they are accurate, whether they are in line with the story, whether they are in line with the industry averages or current situation. Then based on that, these are reasonable or not, you have to do a evaluation, our consideration, right? As an auditor or anyone professional, what is your consideration? Then what are the things you have performed? If you are an auditor, you have to perform the audit procedure. If you are an accountant, what are the things you have to do? What are the tests you have to perform? But here also, I need to mention the content is too bulky. You can very precisely and need to be super summarized, right? Then conclusion. Finally, you have to make the conclusion. What is the conclusion you have made, and then what is the adjustment you require to propose, right? Then sometime you might have to justify, or sometime you have to mention or quantify the amount of adjustment you have made. That's very effective. That is great. Likewise, then the entire presentation you have to make within 15 minutes. In between, the panel will ask questions. Therefore, don't get panic when they raise questions. That means if you get panic and if you can't properly answer, then they feel that you are not prepared to be a chartered accountant, right? Because once they raise questions, you should be able to answer those questions without any hesitation or without any doubt, right? And you should demonstrate the your ability to present and your courage, right? Again, I will show another presentation for your reference. I will share this presentation with you. One of my friends' presentation, right? Same way, introduction, issue, literature, audit procedure performed, uh, client's view, implication, conclusions and recommendations, right? That's how it has done, right? Therefore, very importantly, it has mentioned what are the things you need to follow when you are going to prepare for the assignment. There are some guidelines also shared. I think I have already shared in the guidelines. I'll show you the guidelines also. Therefore, don't worry, and you should have an issue to present. Issue එක අපිට දෙන්න බෑ ළමයි. ඔයා paste කරලා තියෙන. You should have identify what issue it is suitable, because you need to get the approval from CA Sri Lanka training division as well. Right. This is the student guide. Right. We'll see what are things you need to do. Objective eligibility. Now you have anywhere you are eligible to know. Interview work for the final year of the practical training period. Look at, you are expected to make a technical presentation selected from an area of work performed during the final year of the practical training period. එහෙනම් ඔයාගේ work මේ record book එකේ final year එකේ කරපු issue එකක් තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. You are requested to maintain higher stand which is expected from past finalists of Sri Lanka. Hence, for your final VIVA's interview, refrain from selecting topics which are not demanding higher professional judgment or expertise as a past finalist of Sri Lanka. I will take an example. Now you are going to do a issue relating to mm, capitalization of fixed assets, right? Then you have little bit complex. Yeah, you can take the present working environment also. Yes, there's no issue. You have to get the approved from the issue need to be get approved from the CA Sri Lanka training division. Right. Yes. ළමයි කියන්නේ ඔඩිට් සෙක්ටර් වගේ ඉෂුව නැහැ නැති වෙන්න විදියක් නැහැ. වැඩ කරනකොට ඉෂුස් තියෙනවා හරියට වැඩ කරනවා නම්. Right. Anyway, you have to, what is the some issue you have faced when you are working, and you have to explain what are the actions you have taken. Right. The presentation should consist of the work performed by the student in the selected area to minimize detailed reference to the theory pertaining such work as detailed auditing and accounting standards, statutory requirement. අපි ගිහිලා directly refer කරන්න අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ නැහැ stand ගොඩක් in detail, but you have to mention what are the important things, what are the important works you have performed in power up the. Yeah, can be internal control issue also. More emphasis should be given your presentation significant matter encountered during the training period and the issue encountered how they were dealt with and arriving at a solution and final solution provided by the student. ඔයා ස්ටුඩන්ට් කෙනෙක් විදියට ෆේස් කරපු ඉෂුව එක මොකක්ද? ඒකට ඔයා මොකද උනේ? සොලියුෂන් එක මොකක්ද කියන එක ඩෙමොන්ස්ට්‍රේට් කරන්න ඕනේ. Right. Students are advised not to disclose the other confidential details of the client and the presentation slides or while delivering the presentation. එහෙනම් මේ විදිහට තමයි කියලා තියෙන උදේසා some guidelines requirement they have mentioned. On third year training I am eligible for VIVA. Yeah, I am on my ongoing third year training. Third year training. Yes, that is strategic level training, third year mean. You are eligible. Right. Then now these are the content to be there. Total duration 10 minutes followed by 5 minutes discussion time, and issue you have identified, and name of the training organization also you need to provide. There are some issues since already reached the maximum, right? Maximum. Right. Few students were not able to join anyway. This session will be recorded. Samira, is this session recorded? Give me a second to check. Yeah, this is recorded. Don't worry. The session will be recorded. Yeah, almost 100 filled. Obtaining approval. Once you have prepared the presentation, you have to send it to CA Sri Lanka. And yeah, guys, they have given the opportunity. Without result, you can do the VIVA presentation. Even after you have done the VIVA presentation, uh, if you don't think about that, if you fail the exam, don't worry. They will consider you have, if you have success in VIVA, if you pass in VIVA, it will be carried forward. No need to do again for the next attempt. Once you have done the VIVA, it is done and dusted. Since they have given the opportunity, you have to do that, and you have to submit it to, I think, Bashini, and get review the presentation, whether it is sufficient and material topic, whether it is a significant issue, and you have to mention, right. Right, these are the things, soft copy of presentation you need to share. And if it is got rejected, you have to deal with the supervising member there, and then you will be further improvement need to be done, right. That is the things you need to do. Residing overseas also, for evaluation PowerPoint presentation, sending the email within 3 months of a completion, all knowledge is right. Anyway, you have to send the presentation to training division. Again, they will give this time slot to do the presentation, right. Application filling, those details already available. You can refer those. This is scoring rubric කොහොමද මේ marks allocation කරන්න කියලා දීලා තියෙනවා. බලන්න මෙතන very important. Introduction is clear and precise, lays out a problem well, and establish a framework for the rest of the presentation. Main issues are well defined and correct usage of language appropriate for the purpose. Correct language, and you have to present the issue very carefully and clearly. Then next 10 marks, the presentation is appropriate for the topic and to match with the objectives, right? And you have to properly do the presentation. Does it really necessary to be a third year training issue? It was some time back and the standards are a bit changed. Then take a latest issue and you can get the approval. You can refer recent issue you have found out during the recent organization. Then they will allow. No need to worry. Material to include is appropriate and relevant to the overall purpose. You have to follow a logical order and do the presentation. Speaker maintain good eye contact. Can බිම බලාගෙන කියන්න එපා ළමයි. Sometime you will uh, look at on the ceiling, and sometimes you will look at other side and without directly facing to the panel of reviewers. Then it will be badly impact on the marks. You have to directly eye contact and you have to present like this. Like as an example, if I say, during my presentation, I have identified this issue, and the issue is like this, and this is the things I have done. I have worked like this, and I have done this estimation, and I have done my own logic test and perform, and then I have identified there is an issue with the fair evaluation model. Likewise, you have to explain, and you have to confident, and you need to post to the panel, and you should have a maintain good eye contact with each panel member. Then it is very important. Therefore, don't say that like this. I have identified the issue. Likewise, don't blabbering, and you have to clearly mention. Proper, don't do fast. Proper sequence, proper tone, and proper speed. You need to deliver. Like as an example, I said, follow this tone. You might say, during my training, I have identified this issue and I have analyzed and I have performed logic test to verify the accuracy of the calculation performed by the client, then I have noticed that the given calculation is mathematically wrong and the assumption they have made are not in line with the practical or real life scenario or real world scenario. Then after making my own calculation and self calculation, then I have compared my calculation against with the calculation provided by the client. Then I have noticed that the total expenses being understated by 100 million. That is the way to, that is the tone, and you have to maintain eye contact. When they raise some questions, යාලා ප්‍රශ්න අහනකොට don't get panic. Yes, now assume if they ask a question, yes, sir. Oh, yes, exactly, gentlemen, and I have identified this is how I have addressed that issue. Likewise, you have to present, then you can clearly score because don't get afraid, don't show the nervousness, and you have to be very confident and you have to maintain proper eye contact with them and you will use language properly and there should be a flow of the presentation. Well, one of the weaknesses I most of the time we have identified for the girls who are going and doing the presentation, they are not they are soft voice and they murmuring and their voice not come out of the tongue, right? Then you have to maintain proper audible tone, that is very important. Then you have to score for 20 to 50% of the 45 given marks, right? Right, 100 marks are there. Gain technical competence, clear understanding of the application standard and applicable regulation, and total personality, conduct, dress code and stage presence. නිකන් යන්න එපා ළමයි මේ නිකන් ෂර්ට් එකක් ගහලා ඩෙනිමක් ගහලා එම යන්න එපා. There should be a proper office attire and pleasant and කොණ්ඩයෙන් පීරලා යන්න හොඳ ලස්සනට යන්න. There should be a proper gentleman and proper business woman present like that. Then present your presentation like a pro, right? Because they have look at about the personality, not on the technicality. Personality also they will check. Therefore, don't get panic, and you can easily pass this VIVA presentation. Dimusa, anything you need to add? Tax cases are okay. Hypothetical cases නම් දාන්න එපා ළමයි පොඩ්ඩක්. මේ
Jansa, it is important to ensure that your true issue is presented within your these presentations.
yeah.
So when I had chat with some of the students, they say that I created a story like this and right like that. Then when they sometimes they ask some questions out of that one, then they struggle. And then the panel understood that this is not their real one, and then they asked to repost it, represent it, right? So
Yeah.
that is one of the things. Then at the same time, and don't allow to have some mistakes within your presentations, even spelling mistakes. So as a true presenter, you should not allow those things to happen. Then the color use within the presentations. So better to use color which match with your industry, like that industry, right? Right. For example, say you are talking about the plantation, maybe with a green color background, you can present that one. So like that, I think some of the basic to be adhere. Then I think you can pass this one. So make sure that you have the confidence also. That's very important, right? So if you don't have that one, then panel may understand that you are not right ready for this, and they may try to fail you. Okay.
Yeah. Right. I think that's the message we need to communicate. Since you have requested, we have scheduled quickly. And even sir, I think I have done my explanation. Uh,
Yeah, Nisha. So then when we can wind up, I think. So,
yeah, if the article long time back, current working place issue overseas can be done. Yes, so issue should be a real issue. They will ask any question related to the presentation, related to the show. Therefore, you have to be prepared for whatever the question they ask. Then you should properly answer, right? Then actually, in my case, they have asked few, not asked much questions about, and they have made a comment. When you have properly done the presentation without giving any space to comment on the mistake, then definitely they will ask, not ask question, they will appraise. Actually, in my case, that was happened. They haven't asked any question. They appraise the way I have done the presentation, right? Therefore, you should not make any mistake at the time of presentation. Be very confident, firm tone, and maintain that flow throughout the presentation. Corporate said, can you please suggest a presentation? ළමයි දැන් මෙතන issues අපිට එවන්න එපා. ඒක හොඳයිද නැද්ද කියලා. Now you are going to be chartered accountants, right? Even no, now you have to write good issue you have identified and how you rectify. The audit procedure ලියන්න ඕනේ නැහැ දැන් commercial sector එකේ ඉන්න කෙනෙක්. What are the tasks you have performed in order to resolve this issue? What are the procedures you have followed? You have to develop the flow like that, right? Therefore, you can follow any format, but you have to clearly mention issue, what is the implication, what is the things you have performed, what is the final judgment. That's it. Now suspense account clear කරනවා කියන එක නම් ලොකු issue එකක් නෙමෙයි. There should be any accounting issue or any related or tax issue or any complication should be there. Don't put silly issues. Sometimes some student pay put some depreciation has not been calculated, therefore financial statement or overstated. Those kind of things they are not expected from a student like you in the final level.
Sir,
Yes, lesson.
sir, I'm a student who left the the audit firm long time back. So I'm thinking of using a current role experience to demonstrate this presentation. So my problem is now if we are doing analyzing or generating a problem, do we have to tell them that the benefit generated through this application, whatever we have done, or do we have to focus on the correct accounting application? Maybe the objective should be the benefit generated to the entity or the correct application, maybe correct accounting application.
Yeah, correct accounting application, how it was be benefited and how it sometime what is how effectively you have done the corrective actions if it is a mistaken.
So in that case, there may be it will not be beneficial to the organization. We don't have to promote that part, no?
No need,
Only
no
the
need, no need. You have to mention what is the correct practice. What is
yes.
your recommendation? What is the adjustment you have made? Sometime entity might have done a wrong practice and it might have been badly affected the organizational operation. With the correct practice, sometime it can be gained to the organization as well.
Got the point, sir. Thank you.
How can we get the approval for a current issue from the institute? Once you have done the presentation, they might have informed you. It has to be sent to training division. Bashini. එයාලා කියනවාට දැන් ඔයාලට එවලත් තිනේ රෙජිස්ටර් වෙන්න කියලා ඉවරලා ඊමේල් එක බලන්න. ඒ ඊමේල් එකේ තියෙනවා කාටද යවන්න ඕනේ presentation එක approval වෙන්න කරන්න කියලා. First you have to register, then prepare the presentation, properly check it, and then send it to CA Sri Lanka. They might have provided the email address. Right, there's no any other questions. Thank you guys. Then we will wind up the session, and it's late night almost. Wish you all the best and prepare the presentation, and remember content slides only 7 slides plus introduction first front slide, then altogether maximum will be 8. Content slide තියෙන්න පුළුවන් 7යි ළමයි. Front slide and thank you slide altogether 9 max. Okay, before wind up the session guys, we are having this corporate capstone and strategic capstone and business capstone done by myself and Dimul sir. If you have any colleagues, please recommend to them as well. And thank you very much. Then your recommendation is much valued than any other advertisements or anything. Please send your recommendation. Thank you guys. Have a nice day and do your presentation. All the best. And anyway, this year
Thank you.
convocation, probably most of you will be meet at the convocation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
very much.
Very
Thank you,
much.
Dimul sir.